What is going on, comic book fans? Guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's time for another Final Order Cutoff highlights video. That's right, guys, it's already Thursday. I can't believe it's already another Thursday, but we gotta cover this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. I did go through every single book that I was able to find on the multiple websites that I make to use this video. So I went through all the books. I picked out my favorite covers, I picked out my favorite new number ones, and then I, categorized them by speculation and not speculation. So we're gonna cover everything that you need to know because this video is about giving you the information about the books that's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So that way you can pre-order these books and save up to 35% off the cover price of some of these open order books. And who doesn't want to save up to 35%? I think every one of us would, because that will give us more money to put back into this hobby and be able to buy more things. And who doesn't like to do that when you're in this hobby? Everyone does, obviously. So again, this is just about me giving you the information. And that is a perfect segue of getting into my reminders about speculation, because we got to be careful when we talk about speculation. But guys, if you've seen this video series before, or you guys are seasoned speculators, there are timestamps down in the description below. Jump right ahead to Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. But if you guys are new to speculation, stick around and hear these out. So guys, the biggest thing that I say in all these videos is that you guys have to do your own research. It's the most important thing. Now, there are some places that I think are excellent about giving you the best speculation news, and I would pick these three places. First up, guys, is the Discord. That's right, the Discord. We run a Discord here. It's absolutely amazing. There are some really great people in there, and there's some great speculators for Final Order Cutoff in New Comic Book Day. So guys, if you're into that, join the Discord. It's linked down in the description below. Next up, the Comic Book Frontier. It is a great Facebook group run by my good friend Al, and he is a great speculator. He's always updating the Final Order Cutoff speculation all the way up into the order deadline dates, which we will cover in just a minute. And the last place is coverprice.com. They have a great article that comes out every single weekend. It's written by Lefteros. His Instagram in the cover price link is both down in the description below. Check them out. It is such a great article. And those are the places that I would suggest to check before you finalize any orders for this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. Now, we did talk about Final Order Cutoff order deadline dates, and that's very important. And this weekend's Final Order Cutoff order deadline date is Monday, February 10th at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's right, guys, at 5 p.m. Eastern, they lock it down, and you can't pre-order any more books, so you have up until that time to order your books. Now, another thing I need to let you guys know is that I record this video early. That's right, guys, I recorded a little bit early because DC, Marvel, and all the independent publishers have until tomorrow. Tomorrow is, what is today? Tomorrow is February 7th of 2025, and they have until 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to lock in what books are actually going to be on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So that means they can add or remove books after I record and edit this video. So there might be a book I talk about that is not on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, or there might be a book that's on the places where I said, like, the Discord or Comic Book Frontier or coverprice.com that I don't mention in this video because it was added after. So last piece of information for you guys, that is it. Those are all my reminders that I have for you. So let's not waste any more time because we have some awesome comic books to go over. So let's go ahead and start off with this weekend's Final Order Cutoff cover lever picks. Now, before we dive into these covers, I just want to remind you that I'm covering all the covers that I like. These are not all speculation. There is a whole spec section where we'll cover any covers or any books that have something in the guts. But right now, we're just covering all the amazing covers that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, so that way you guys have the information, and in case you want to lock down one of these covers for yourself, you guys can spend this weekend pre-ordering that book. So let's dive in. First up, Absolute Superman issue number 5 with the cover B variant done by Sean Murphy. Huge Sean Murphy fan right here. Guy is such an incredible comic book creator, and this cover right here is bad freaking ass. Next up, Poison Ivy issue number 31 with the cover B variant and also the 1 in 50 Virgin ratio variant done by Jenny Frison. Now, personally, I don't love this, but it does have a different look than her normal style, and some people in the Discord really enjoy that. So guys, yeah, this cover is pretty nice. Next up is a banger. This is Batgirl issue number 5 with the cover A done by David Talaski. So good. This is so good. Just the fact that Batgirl's in like behind these opium plants, opium flowers, and she's kind of just like in the background. So cool. And I love how David Talaski has done her mask. It is so good. Next up, Birds of Prey issue number 19 with the cover A. This is the second half of that connecting cover set done by Dan Panozin. If you want the other half, you got to pick up Birds of Prey issue number 18. But this together is so good. I'll make sure I have an image up on screen of that. It is gorgeous. Next up, Birds of Prey issue number 19 with the cover D variant, which is the International Women's Day variant done by Jenny Frison. Fantastic. Who doesn't love Black Canary? If you don't, well, let's have a conversation down in the Discord and I'll tell you why you should love her. Next up, JSA issue number 5 with the cover D variant, which is a 1:25 ratio variant done by Edwin Gallimon. This guy's art is so good. I have no idea who this character is, but this is some gorgeous ass artwork. It is so good. Next up, Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 15 with the variant cover done by Marco Ciucchetto. Now, he did the cover A, but he also did this really cool variant cover. I think it's awesome. Next up, The Amazing Spider-Man, not Ultimate, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 69. 69. This is the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man variant done by Scotty Young, but there's also that 1/100 black and white Virgin sketch variant, also done by Scotty Young. This is probably the worst out of all of them. Some of them were so good, but I don't like this one that much. But it is pretty cool, and I think this might be the last one of the set. So if you want them, this is here for you to pick up. Next up, The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 69. That's right, another one. This is the Marvel Rivals variant done by NetEase, and it's cool. It is actually really stinking cool. Next up, X-Men issue number 13 with the Storm variant in the 1:50 Virgin ratio variant done by a name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. It's good. Art Germ-esque. I know there's some artists out there that are like, I think they were taught by him a little bit, and this screams Art Germ to me, but it's just not as good as Art Germ, but it's still pretty good. And the 1:50 Virgin looks awesome. Next up, X-Men issue number 13 with the Kimono variant done by Peach Momoko. I am totally forgetting the name of this character, but she controls ice and fire. She's pretty cool, but she's a twisted, hurt X-Men. She's always like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I can murder this person or save this person. She's like, jaded a little bit. Pretty cool. Next up, DK Ruan. Fantastic Four issue number 30 with the foil variant done by, like I said, DK Ruan. So good. Obviously, I'm picking this up, and it says Fantastic 3 because what? Dr. Doom takes away the Thing's power in this and makes him human again. I'm not ruining for you because it's actually happening on all the covers. If you just look at the covers, you'll see that happens. Next up, Iron Man issue number 6 with the variant cover done by Ian Bertram. Ian Bertram is so good. He's the artist on Little Bird and Precious Metals, and he's done so many other really cool covers. And this one right here with Iron Man with this gigantic sword, freaking awesome. Next up, might be my favorite cover of the week. This is All New Venom issue number 4 with the variant cover in the 1:100 Virgin ratio variant done by Gabriel Del Otto. How cool is this? You've got Venom. He's got his like a little symbiote arm coming up, and he has like a spider on it. It looks like he's about to eat the spider. So good. Next up, Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band issue number 3 with the variant in the 1:50 Virgin ratio variant done by Ivan Talavera. Pretty good. I don't hate it. And it's like Elektra in her Elektra costume, not in her Daredevil costume. Even though I think I prefer the Daredevil version of this character, but she still looks really good in this cover. Next up, Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four issue number 1 with the variant in the 1:100 Virgin ratio variant done by Peach Momoko. It's pretty cool. Godzilla looks badass, but you've got the Fantastic Four. They look so adorable. It's like a cool juxtaposition because, like, Godzilla, badass, Fantastic Four. Aww. Pretty cool. Next up, Alien Paradiso issue number 4 with the variant cover done by, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but just look at this cover. It's so cool. You got the alien on top of the car and the people inside are freaking out, but look at the guy's face on the bike. It is awesome. This is a great, great cover. And why did my voice just crack? I don't know. I'm 44 years old. You think my voice would start cracking at some point. Next up, The Amazing Spider-Man. That's right, we're coming back to the same issue because I saw this cover later. This is issue number 69. 69. The 1:25 ratio variant done by Ben Harvey. I'm a sucker for Ben Harvey, man. His artwork is so good. Black Cat, Spider-Man's dead. Is he really dead? No, of course he's not, but Black Cat looks awesome. Next up, we have X-Men issue number 13 with the X-Man Hunting Connecting variant done by Phil Noto. I had no idea that Cyclops was almost 6'6". That's huge. And look how tiny Magic is. She's only like 5'4". That's really cool. That's one thing I didn't notice when I showed these last week, is that you can actually see how tall the characters are actually supposed to be. And that's pretty interesting. I had no idea these characters were that tall or that short. But guys, next up is X Factor issue number 8, the X-Man Hunting Connecting variant done by Phil Noto. And again, pretty cool. I had no idea how these characters, like what size they actually were, because they don't really do a good job in the comics showing that. So this is pretty cool. Next up, gorgeous cover, Void Rivals issue number 17. So this book was delayed because it was on last week's video. This is the cover E variant. It's a 1 in 50 ratio variant done by Fred Pham Chung. I want to say that's how it's pronounced, but how cool is this? Hot Rod. Freaking awesome. And I'm forgetting the name of the other Void Rivals character on the front. He's one of the 2 main characters. So great. Such a great book. I love Void Rivals. Next up, a book that's been delayed over and over and over again. I don't know when it's actually going to come out, but this is Hyde Street issue number 4 with the cover C variant done by Joe Pardo. I will continue reminding you guys that this cover is coming out. The cover A is okay. The cover B I don't like so much, but this cover C is great. Next up, Sacrificers, or The Sacrificers, issue number 15 with the cover B variant. It's a 1 in 15 ratio variant done by Jim Mahfood. Awesome. Jim Mahfood. He's had a few covers over like the last few months or a few weeks. They're awesome. Each one is awesome. I love his art style. How cool is this? And this is issue number 15 of Sacrificers in indie. It is written by Rick Remender, but how many shops are going to be ordering 15 copies? So I think this book could be a little rare, but I don't think it's spec worthy. I just think it's going to be rare and harder to get, so it's going to be pretty cool. Next up, Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 77, the 1 in 10 ratio variant done by Natalie Fordrain. I want to say that's how it's pronounced. Is it Natalie? I'm not sure. But this cover is pretty stinking cool. But guys, there is another cover for this same book. It's the cover B variant done by Natalie Haynes. 2 ways to pronounce Natalie? I don't know. But this cover is really cool. It looks like a movie poster variant. It is awesome. Like the flames in the background. He's like big up front. You got the city down below. Freaking awesome cover right here. Next up, The Tin Can Society, issue number 6 with the cover B variant, which is a 1 in 15 ratio variant done by Jonathan Wasak. Awesome cover. Really, really cool cover. I have no idea who this character is on the front. Is it the main character? And he has like different versions of his personality are coming out in the story, or different versions of himself. I don't know. Maybe it's a big bad. But this book is freaking awesome. And it has art by Francisco Mobili. Every single page is gorgeous to look at, and this is a awesome story. Make sure you're reading it. Next up is a really cool new number 1, Thundercats Lost, issue number 1 with the cover E and the cover O. The cover E is your trade dress, and the cover O is the 1 in 20 Virgin ratio variant done by Jay Lee. So cool. I am excited for this new Thundercats story. I hope they have a really great artist on it, because I think this could be a really cool story. New Thundercats. Who knew? Who knew? Not me. Next up, I lost my place. Next up is G.I. Joe, issue number 1, the 3rd print Cobra Commander mask variant done by Andrea Molina? Molina? Yeah, I want to say that's how it's pronounced. This is awesome, and it is a wraparound variant, so I'll make sure I show the full cover. It is absolutely bad freaking ass. That is a cool cover. Next up, G.I. Joe number 1, the 3rd print variant done by Kendrick Lim. I think some people will be really into this. I don't love it myself, but I know people love a sexy girl on the cover, and this is a pretty decent. Her nose is super tiny. Like, why is her nose so tiny? Next up is a independent. I'm not 100% sure it is on every single FOC, but I did find this one on League of Comic Geeks FOC. It is called Street Knights, issue number 1. Now this is the cover D variant done by Gabriel Larragan Villalobos. This is awesome. This is some really cool artwork. I really like it. I have no idea what the book is about. I just saw the cover, and this is the cover lover section. I would pick this up based on just the cover art alone. It is awesome. Now, next up are 3 very risque covers, let's say that, but they are all absolutely gorgeous. This is called Blam and Glam, issue number 10. I have never seen Blam or Glam before, so this is the 10th issue, so maybe the rest are also very provocative. But this is done, the cover A is done by Richard A. Morgan. Pretty decent. The cover B is absolutely stunning. It's called the Yellow Variant, done by Bang Bez. But this is gorgeous, and they do have a center bar across their chest, so some nudity on that cover. And then there is the pink variant done by Stepan Sejic, and it is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. His artwork is so, so stunning. Now, right before I started recording this video, I did a quick look through all the websites that I used before making this video. And I found 2 more variants that were released over the night. Next up is Wind, the Power of Blood, or Power of the Blood, the variant cover done by Tula Lote. Now, if you're reading Wind, you will know that this character is absolutely amazing. She's scary, she's badass, she's a vampire with these awesome wings. She's someone to not be trifled with, and she is just awesome on this cover. Tula Lote crushed it. Now, the final cover that I want to show you guys is a cool cover for Fantastic Four, issue number 30, the 1:25 ratio variant done by Rod Reese. This is great. This is a great, great cover. The more I looked at it, the more I really enjoyed it. And the shock on each character's face, I'll make sure I zoom into each one. It's genuine. It's really cool. And I like the fact that they crossed out 4 and wrote 3 instead of 4. So great. But guys, that is it. Those are all my cover lover picks for this weekend's final order cutoff. Make sure you're doing your own research and find anything that you really like and get that discount on these books. All right, guys, it's time to move over to this weekend's final order cutoff speculation section, where I go over all my spec cover picks and also any books that have something in the guts. We're going to kick this off with the books that have something in the guts. There are 3. They were all from Marvel Comics. I didn't find anything on DC Comics, but again, make sure you guys are doing your own research and check the 3 places: the Discord, Comic Book Frontier, CoverPrice.com, or Left Terrace's Instagram. All right, first up, we got Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 15. Now, I believe this is either going to be the first appearance or the introduction, however you want to phrase it, to the Ultimate Sandman. Now, I did not read issue number 14, so I'm not sure if he's teased in that. The issue number 14, I think, is all about Kraven. So, I think this could be the first appearance or introduction to the Ultimate Sandman. Next up is Iron Man issue number 6. Now, we're going to have the introduction to a new deadly armor in this issue. They say that in the synopsis, so I'm not just making it up, but we are going to get a new Iron Man armor in this. And is that really good speculation? No, I don't think any of these new armors sell well on the secondary market, but I got to give you all the information. You guys do your own research, find out for yourself. Last but not least, we get Hill Hunters issue number 4 with the origin of the horrifying Unhallowed, the villain in this book. So there is a school villain, and we're going to get the origin to them in this book right here. Again, I don't think this is like crazy good speculation. I'm just giving you any origin, any first appearance that I can find on the in any of these books. Now let's go ahead and move over to what books I think could sell well based on the cover art alone on the secondary market. So first up, we get X-Men issue number 13 with that 1:50 virgin ratio variant. I think this is gorgeous, and I think, you know, we're so far down the X-Men line, even though I think a lot of shops do order a lot of X-Men titles, but you know, this one might be a little less ordered, so this 1:50 could be a little harder to get your hands on, and it's just gorgeous storm artwork, so it's great. Next up is the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 69, that 8 Deaths of Spider-Man 1/100 sketch variant done by Scotty Young. It's a high ratio, but it's Amazing Spider-Man. Those books are ordered heavily, but down the line, collectors going back trying to get this, I can see this book's possibly selling well. Next up, the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 69, Marvel Rivals variant done by NetEase. A lot of these are selling well on the secondary market, but people have had time to find out that these do sell well and pre-order a lot of them. So, you know, hedge your bets on this one. Do your research, make sure they are still selling well before you go ahead and order yourself a bunch. Next up, Godzilla in the Fantastic Four, or I should say Godzilla vs. the Fantastic Four, issue number 1 with the 1/100 virgin ratio variant. It's just gorgeous artwork, high ratio. I'm not sure how many shops are be ordering 100 copies of Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four, so I think this one is a good bet. Next up, all new Venom issue number 4 with that 1/100 virgin ratio variant done by Gabriel Dell'Otto. 1/100 issue number 4, Dell'Otto. I think that's a good mix for a winner right there. Next up, Daredevil Unleash Hell Red Band issue number 3 with that 1/50 virgin ratio variant done by Ivan Talavera. Again, I don't know how many shops would be ordering 50 copies of this book. That's a large order, so I think this one's a pretty good bet. And last but not least, Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 77 with that 1:10 ratio variant done by Natalie Fordrain. These Sonic books always sell well on the secondary market. It's almost a guaranteed bet. So it's a good cover. It's not fantastic, but these ratio ones always sell well. All right, guys, so those are all the books with a little bit of speculation. Let's go ahead and move over to the final section of this video, which are my new number ones that I think you guys have to consider to pre-order because I think the story sounds really freaking good. There are a good amount of new number ones on this weekend's final order cutoff, but there was only one that got me excited. So that is the number one that I'm going to tell you guys about, and that is Thundercats Lost issue number 1. Now, the nostalgia factor is there for me. I'm still reading the main Thundercats book. I read the Thundercats Chitara book, and I'm enjoying it all. Am I absolutely loving the main Thundercats book? Not really, but it's still good. I'm enjoying it. And the fact that we're going to get a spin-off with new Thundercat characters to follow and fall in love with, I'm all freaking in. Guys, this is going to be written by Ed Brisson. He is a solid writer, and we're going to have art by Rafa Labosco. Now, I honestly did not do the research and see if there were any preview pages available to show his artwork before recording this video. But while I'm editing this video, I'll make sure I do my research, and I find any pages, I'll make sure I throw them up on screen during the reading of the synopsis for this book. But I'm really excited because I like Ed Brisson, and I want new Thundercats characters to fall in love with. I think I'm a little greedy there, but that's okay. But guys, let's go ahead and read the synopsis. After being shot down in the middle of a war zone, 5 Thunderen warriors are fighting for their lives. Together, they face a horde of heavily armored soldiers, and the team's only hope is to somehow break through their lines to reach the wreckage of their ship. Such overwhelming odds will strain their abilities to the absolute limit. But even if Pumra, Linkso, Shane, Ligon, and their hammer-wielding commander, Bengali, make it out alive, will they still be able to complete their mission? And even more important, who is this mysterious antagonist who is hunting them, and what is his connection to the Book of Omens? That sounds awesome. And I totally probably butchered the names of all these characters. I had to read it multiple times while recording and then edit it all together so it made sense to you guys. But guys, this is coming from, like I said, the author of Ed Brisson. It has art by Rafael Labosco, and I am just really excited for this. And this is also the creative team behind Thundercats Apex, so if you were into that, you might actually be really excited for this. So I'm super duper pumped. There are variant covers galore, like so many. I'm not going to show all of them. I'll go over the open order ones at some point during the reading of the synopsis and everything else, talking about this book. But guys, I'm pumped for this. Guys, let me know down in the comments below if you're reading Thundercats, you're enjoying Thundercats, or you're excited for a new Thundercats. The only, I think, downside is that this is coming from Dynamite, and they don't have the best track record for putting out really good reading material. A lot of it just tends to be cover level buys. But I'm enjoying Thundercats, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and hope that this book is awesome as well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, but let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, guys, we are at the end of today's video and the end of another week of amazing comic books. We did New Comic Book Day. We did Final Order Cutoff. What else is there left to do? I don't know. It's time to enjoy the weekend, I guess. Tomorrow's the day that Steph and I go out to lunch. We go to our favorite spot. We get a burger, some wings, some beers, and just relax. The weekend kicks off then. I cannot wait. But guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys watched from the beginning all the way to this point in the video right now, you guys know what you are. You guys are legends. The last but not least, guys, if you guys have watched that video and you enjoy comic book content and you're not subscribed, I'm just going to say, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you pre-order any books that you want to either speculate on or you want to get at a discount, and have a great weekend. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.